What's up? Okay, hang on. Let me fix my microphone so you can hear me better. So I can hear me better because I'm wearing headphones. Hello. It's been a long day. It's been an interesting weekend. I don't mean to start this off by complaining, but I'm gonna complain just a little bit. I am about ready to choke slam my whoever's running my venue right now. I'm We're having some wedding drama. I don't want to go into it any more than I already have. And there is also just a lot of things happening. We did spend most of this weekend with no power, which was so much fun, as in not fun at all. Um, and we have had some personal things, and also I don't know if you've checked the news lately, but there are some things that are just burning socially and politically because that's the world. That's the world. Most of the people that voted decided to live in because they didn't learn the first time. But, as long as we help and protect each other, let's hope that things will turn out better. Anyways, I really don't want to harp on current events. I'm going to turn on my fan because it's very hot in here. We don't turn on the AC during the day, so I have to use my ceiling fan. Alright. So let's turn on some music that's not the Nyan Cat orchestral cover. Good morning, Gizmo. I guess we're listening to the Megalovania orchestral cover. um, I'll be super real with you, Gizmo. I've been better, but how are you? I hope you're feeling good. Alright, today I was going to draw. What I was going to do was I was going to draw Link. But then I realized that I have a lot of other shit on my mind. And I want to draw something scary. And you know that I've been kind of obsessed with, okay, this is so loud. we're gonna listen to something else. Listen, I get Megalovania, I understand it, I understand that people love it, but I've gotta listen to something else. Let's go back to the Zelda piano, melodies. Hi, Firefly. So, because the last couple days have been a lot, and, yeah, it's been a lot. We've had no power. We might have to change our wedding date again. Because our wedding venue is low key, no longer a venue. Um, yeah, we're doing a lot. We're doing a lot. Today is, the last couple days have been a lot. Let's see. I'm gonna put the board up here because we're about to make. I think we're about to make a horror movie inspired AOTSUKI. Let's see if there's a mood board for the movie Hereditary. Because they describe EITO as a demon so many times. Let's see. I feel like in this situation... Ow. Ugh, I'm so sick of being itchy, y'all. Y'all, I'm so sick of being itchy. I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it. Because that's kind of that's what happens when I get stressed by something. I start to itch. And it sucks. So, to blow off some steam, let's draw something scary. We're drawing a portrait today. Well, I'm glad you're doing good, regardless of whatever's going on my end of things. Okay, let's see. Let's look back at... Do I still have EITO in my list of pictures? I actually don't think I do. Do y'all remember how EITO looks? Oh, I could also do Darumi. I do love Darumi. She's one of my favorite characters. She seems kind of crazy at first, but she's actually, like... Honestly, she's an angel. I love her. All the characters kind of have their moments. Like, in some endings, some of the characters are horrible, terrible, awful people. Or, at the very least, super fucking annoying. But in some of the endings, they're like... They're just really, really good. Like Tsubasa. In one of the endings, Tsubasa's literally like my favorite character. So let's see. We're going to draw... If we're going to look at the movie Hereditary... They really do a lot of muted colors, which works in our favor because EITO wears white most of the time. To be honest, everyone wears kind of a muted color palette except for maybe Kyoshika and Darumi. And even then, it's just like one particular accessory of theirs. Let me adjust the title before I really give this some thought. EITO AOTSUKI. Right now, the only thing that really genuinely bugs me about Last Defense Academy is that the localization pronounces his name Takumi instead of Takumi. I understand why they did it, I still find it really annoying. Super honestly. Now, I could do this as a portrait, or if we're going to do this based off of a movie, actually, let's go ahead and do this landscape. And then... let's look through some photos, some screenshots of the movie Hereditary. Alright. Okay, I think I can work with this. Remember last time I drew him, I gave him sort of a cherub-like face. But because he's so tall and lanky, I think I'll also give him a longer face. Let's do a brief sketch before we really get into it, because he has this really big collar that his neck kind of gets lost in. It's not really a hood, it's more like a collar. Actually, I just realized I fucked up. In just a second. Actually, let's just start over. Because what I want is for him to hold a circular mirror. And then let's have his face here. What the hell? Alright. Just give him this cherubic face. Have his neck do that typical anime person clearly losing their minds neck. We're gonna have him, where's the wait a second. You're just gonna have to bear with me while I make up my mind. Okay, I think we're good. Because I put that because I want to know. Let me look at a picture of Mr. AOTSUKI. EITO. AOTSUKI. With his really stupid jacket. Okay. Okay, and then his hands here. I'm just sketching right now. We'll figure out hands later. And then his other hand will be here. Like a little claw. Where is his hair? Okay. Oh my god, his hair is really dumb. I know I said that last time, but his hair is kind of stupid looking. You know what his hair reminds me of? His hair reminds me of how boys used to wear it back when I was a kid, where they would have like these little wings that framed their face like a woman from the 70s. Alright. That's our sketch. Now, how do I want to do this line art? You know what, I think we'll do the line art like I normally do it. I really like my sketchy style. And it also leaves me room to royally mess up if I do. We'll erase when that becomes important. Alright. Let's erase some things before I forget, because then I'll get confused. Let his zipper sag. Okay. Nope, that looks challenging. All right. That's gonna bother me, so let's do this. All right. Could change the bottom of this because Loki looks like he's wearing a diaper on his neck. His jacket has this enormous pull tab. Like, it is so large for no reason. I could very well do this with the CSP brush, but I don't heckin' feel like it. I know it's gonna be uneven. That's by the by. All right. Okay, and then they have it here as well. All right. What are the other details I need? And they're his little grommets. Woof. Okay. Now that we have grommets, we get to have his insanely long hoodie strings. We can always make the grommets bigger. I don't really mind that. Okay. You know what I should have sketched out? I should have sketched out the face I want here. We'll just have because they are just strings after all. Fun fact, the guy who played Peter in Hereditary seriously considered never acting again after this role. Alright, my hand's getting a little tired just because I was up drawing last night, too. Let's clean up these strings a little bit. I want my style to be sketchy, but not messy. I mean, there are certain things that I can draw on different layers, but why would I do that? Why would I make my life easier? Why the hell would I ever do that? Sorry. As you can tell, I'm still stressed out by this weekend's events. Now, what's important is we draw this mirror here. And I guess we can draw the face on a different... Actually, it can just be a panel, but we're gonna have it cracked, I think. I think he could just be holding a glass panel. It's just gonna look kind of fucked. Is it raining again? Oh my god. I hope y'all are staying dry because we are getting drowned in rain lately. I've been a little scared to touch genre since getting into horror. I don't blame the actor. I know, like, it was in his words, a emotionally trying experience, because there is one point in the movie where he literally, like, regresses back to being a child because of how terrified he is. And one thing I do appreciate about Ari Aster movies is that they are always graphic without being gory. And I mean, sometimes there is gore, but it serves a purpose. Ooh, I just had a really good idea. I'm gonna make one of the edges completely jagged, and that'll be the edge that EITO is grabbing. And yeah, apparently he came up with that on his own. like, apparently he was just supposed to go like, hey, stop, mom, stop, but then the actor himself got the idea of that whole, like, he wouldn't just say mom. He would, like, he's so scared at this point, he would start calling for mommy. And that's what he ended up doing. And that, no matter how you slice it, could be pretty traumatizing. And he's like, I don't know if I could do a role like that again. And I do not blame him one itty bitty bit. Alright, I think that's fine. Because now it's starting to look like a broken egg when it's supposed to be a mirror. Alright. Let's do EITO's face, then we can concentrate on Takumi's face in the mirror. We'll give him a real A24 face. Now, one thing I've started doing, actually, is reading horror books. I'm reading one right now called The Book of the Dead, which, honestly, is a bit more... It feels like a bit more thriller, but it definitely says horror on the cover. But it definitely feels like more of a thriller. I'm hoping that it'll pick up and get into the horror soon. Nope. Just realized I drew his nose wrong. It's fine, it's fine. We can work with it. Although I do want his nose to be a little bigger than that. There's a part of me in my brain that's like, man, he looks a little unhinged. Like, a little more unhinged than he is in the game. But then I thought about his ultimate goal in the game. He looks appropriately hinged. Let's just say that. This might be a rare occasion where I have to draw actual teeth. And if I actually have to do that, I think I will actually go insane. Or I could do another expression that might suit him a little better. Let me go through his sprites. Sprites. Here we go. Okay, yeah, I think I have a much better facial expression than this crazy one. Although I don't quite like using that word anymore. Let's see. If I have to quit this stream because it starts storming, I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna be really, really fucking mad. I'm so sick of it raining. I'm so sick and tired of this weather. Let's see. Oh, right. There's something I want to do here, and that's specifically looking at certain eyes. Because last time I made him very much shaped like a friend, very cherubic, very innocent. But I think I want to do something a little more here. Also, I itch so fucking bad. Hopefully I'm not having an allergic reaction to something, because last I checked, I think the last thing I ate was veggie pasta with the ingredients I ate yesterday. I had an apple? Maybe that's it. Sometimes I do get itchy when I have apples. But that's because of my allergy to pollen. I don't always get itchy after I eat apples. I mean, it could just be the pollen. I literally just answered my own question. What the fuck? Alright. Let me see if I can do this. My eyes are always slightly too close together. Let's see how this looks without the sketch getting in my way. Okay, this is already gonna need a ton of work, I can tell. But let's finish it. What's the rule? Make it exist before you make it perfect. Yeah, I can already tell that this is gonna need a ton of work. Alright. Let's get rid of the sketch lines. Let's fix this. I don't know if you can hear that, but that is yet another torrential downpour in my neighborhood. The last one knocked down a tree and took out our power for almost 24 hours. I probably still need to bring this other eye this way. You know, I think the eyes are appropriately asymmetrical, now that I'm looking at it. My God. That rumbling you hear is rain. See, the wiser side of me is saying to end stream. But fuck it. That's my response to that. Alright. New layer. Where's the reference for his hair again? That's good. I don't think it's super gonna matter if it's not 100% accurate, but I also don't want to ruin it. My thoughts about how dumb his hair is really have nothing to do with whether or not I should actually learn to draw it correctly. Once again, that rumbling you hear is rain. We'll have one hair out of place. But then everything else goes out the way it does in game. He has 2 curlies here, and then 1 curly in the back. We'll treat that as a completely different strand of hair. And then 2 curlies in the front. And then we'll just add some I'll do the same here. We'll have his hair kind of get in his face here. Okay, well the birds are back out, so I'm guessing that the rain's gonna stop soon. Usually when they come out, that means the music's done. I mean, the music... What am I talking... Lord. Apparently, my common sense has just flown me today. My God. I shouldn't say that because I spent most of the day applying for jobs. Shouldn't say that I have no common sense. Flippy. Oh, he has a curly here. Alright. He does not have this many curlies. But I think for the sake of the piece, we might actually keep it that way. And then he's got the rest of his hair here. Alright. Same thing here. Alright, I think we have a face. Let's erase this. I'm really tempted to take the bottom eyelid and do this. But he doesn't really do that. I think we'll just have this, like, weird placidity thing he has going on. This mirror has too many jagged edges. We'll just bring back the sketch, and I'll stay within the lines, like that. Okay, cool. Now, here's the question. Should I have something obscuring the face in the mirror, or should I draw the face in the mirror? This is a question. Should I draw Takumi, or should I draw blood obscuring his face? I think I'm gonna go with the second option, because that'll get me out of having to draw Takumi's face. Let's see. Let's give him his glasses. Now he has... his glasses are quite curvy. So he has big here, little here, little here, yay, more rain. All right. It is raining very heavily outside. All right. Oh dear. Oh, whoops, wrong layer. Getting back my... Good Lord, this rain. Like, normally I like rain, but enough's enough, man. I don't think the hand I drew was big enough. So if that's the case, why don't I just take what I drew and move it up, like I always do? It's starting to thunder and lightning. Actually. Alright, we're gonna have some of the blood pool into the cracks. And then drip a different way. Okay, and then erase this. This. Nope. This pulls up. And then this continues to drip into the glass. And passed down. This does the same thing. And down. It's not, it is a flat surface. Down. Down. All right, there we go. Ooh, I just realized the grippy hand is too small. Yeah, because if those are just the fingers, then yeah. Okay. And I can also because she does have on some rather large sleeves. I'm about to spend forever on this fucking... Aren't I? This pinky is very long. And a little bit broken. That doesn't make sense. So we'll just do this. Alright. So I guess we are drawing Takumi's face. How much of an asshole would I be if I just took the face from... Actually, I'll just be an asshole. Give me just a second. I'm gonna cheat. Excuse me. Remember when I drew these? We're gonna take Takumi's face. Are we gonna take Takumi's face? No, we're not. Because this is the wrong file. Where is Takumi? Illustrations. Here we go. Now, which one was he? Oh, wait a minute. I think I messed up. I did. Am I gonna have to draw Takumi's face? I don't wanna. I hate his hair so much. Oh well. I'll get over it. Alright. Takumi. I think I gave Takumi a round face. Actually, I can just check the logs. I gave him a square face and a... Okay. I gave Takumi a square face. Oh dear. Okay, hang on. Our music stopped. we're actually going to have him... All right. Now, Takumi gets the wide eye. And only the one. Just move his face down. Hey, Moon. I'm just trying to figure out what to do with this man's face here. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna have this one eye popping out. And then attempt to draw Takumi's hair again. My least favorite thing is Takumi Sumino's hair. That's not how you spell that. Takumi Sumino and his stupid-ass Fire Emblem Engage-ass hair. As you can tell, his hair is not my favorite thing. You're about to hear actually, I'm gonna mute my mic real quick. Sorry, I just realized how sore my mouth was and I went to take out my retainer and it's just not a great noise. There it is. Can I just get a large picture of his ugly ass hair? Is it the line art glasses frame? Wait, hang on. Is it the line art glasses frame or the eye itself? Anatomy-wise, it may be too close, since eyes are one eyeball apart from each other. Wait, you mean this? I'm not sure what you're asking, Moon. Because if you're just asking about the eye, then Takumi is supposed to look like an alien here. As a matter of fact, he's about to not even look like a human. It's a trick we used to draw. Okay. I understand. I might need that trick. Because sometimes I am really bad at drawing proportional faces. Okay. Doesn't apply to aliens. Oh, it doesn't apply to faces that are supposed to look very, very evil. So, let's see. Now, let's go back to this. Okay. Alright. So let's very carefully go to the selection pen. Maybe if I make this a bit darker, I can tell. Alright, and let's... Oh, whoops, wrong layer. Are we still in the wrong one? Fuck! Let's move this layer, please. let's take this layer. Oh, whoops. Actually, no. Just this. Okay. Hopefully that looks shattered enough. Okay, let's see if this works. I'm not sure if it will, because I don't really have a lot of ink brushes that look scratchy. Yeah, I like that oil paint one I don't really like. Or the pointillism. What about oil paint? Oil paint looks fine. I'm just not sure if I want it in this. I really should just shade it in. I'll think of it. I'll think of it. Let me try and draw these teeth. Actually, I wonder. Does EITO get a gap in his teeth? I think EITO does get a gap in his teeth, because I want it to be that way. I guess I could make his eyes less long, because his eyes are very long. And you said one eye between each, so... yeah, I think we can stand to make his eyes less long. I mean, I don't know. I don't think his face card is too bad, honestly. I think the gap is kind of cute. Alright, let's do my boy's hair. Let's finalize it. And his ugly-ass 5 head. As if I don't have one myself. It seems to have stopped raining for the time being, so I think I'm safe. Well, see, we said that last time, then it stopped raining, and then a tree fell in our neighborhood, and our power was out for almost 24 hours. Speaking of random little events that happen throughout the day, so this morning, I heard meows of distress. And I got out of bed because I was so afraid that it might have been Cheddar. Maybe she was sick, maybe she had eaten something and she was in pain. I don't know. So I leapt out of bed, freaked out. And I saw Cheddar in the hallway, and she never comes into the hallway when we're asleep. So I was like, oh, Cheddar, what's wrong? And then I realized all that meowing was coming from outside. And it wasn't a cat in distress. It was a cat that was really fucking mad. And a whole turf war was going on our porch. We have had some kittens around our house. And there's this kind of older orange cat that used to come around our neighborhood. And I have seen him bully the kittens. I couldn't tell who it was, if it was mom or dad. But he wasn't having bullying the kittens. And there was about to be a fight. And we didn't want that. And apparently Cheddar was like, what's happening? don't know where those other cats are coming from. Help me. So Cheddar was in a little bit of distress, but she wasn't in any harm. They didn't come in the house. There wasn't any fur flying or anything. But I can tell you that one of the kitten's parents had it with a cat we call Old Dirty Bastard coming around the house. Oh, that's his glasses, isn't it? No? Then what the hell is that? I don't know. I'm kind of loving EITO's tooth gap. Deadass. I'm actually super proud of this smile. And how, like... I don't know. Not threatening, but definitely not right. Like, he's not threatening, but there's something wrong with him. I mean, that sums up a lot of, Kadaka and Uchikoshi characters. Like, they're not dangerous, but some ain't right. Like, honestly, that just sums up Kuruto Ryuki's existence. Actually, no, he is kind of low-key dangerous, because he shoots a civilian at one point. And he's, like, fired for it. I hope that if they ever make another AI Somnium Files, which I'm not sure if they ever will, because Nirvana Initiative's ending was so poorly received. I hope that whatever Kuruto Ryuki is doing, it's not being a detective. I hope he is not a police officer, and that he is getting help for his... honestly, debilitating... dissociative identity disorder. Well, no, he just has a dissociative disorder. He doesn't have a dissociative identity disorder. I forgot exactly what he has. Uchikoshi said it, like, explicitly. I just don't remember exactly what it was. We finalize our line art before we color, even though I really want to color. I'm so totally into, like, this mood board thing. And right now, you weren't here for the earlier stream, but, I mean, what I said earlier in the stream, but what I'm doing is heavily based off of the movie, Hereditary. Because Hereditary is a movie that sticks with you. And honestly, it does show you... a lot of Ari Aster's movies do show you, some of the worst monsters aren't actually, well, are the monsters in your head rather than anything else you could create. Because honestly, the demon in Hereditary isn't the bad guy. Like, they never really showed that the demon was necessarily looking to get summoned, just that the cult was looking to summon it. Actually, it would be doubly messed up. It would be doubly messed up if you considered that maybe the demon didn't want to be summoned. Maybe he was chilling in the underworld. Maybe he was fine. I do not remember the demon's name, frankly, but... yeah, the movie gets a lot worse if you consider that the demon is also a victim in all this. It gets doubly messed up. Alright. Now let's make his glasses a bit neater as well. Because his glasses are rimless, but fuck that. Rimless glasses suck. I tried rocking the rimless glasses for years when I was like 16, 17, and they almost always got bent. I was like, but I know I have to wear my glasses, but I also want to look cool. I should have just worn plastic frames and got it over with. You know, I'm actually so mad that black plastic frames are popular now. There's a lot of things where I'm like, hang on. Why is that popular now? Because it's considered quote-unquote retro. And it's like, no, that's not retro. Because if I was that age in this retro era you speak of, I would have gotten my ass handed to me. So no, that's not retro, actually. This was considered incredibly uncool. It's like, when I see girls who are like in their early 20s walk around with velour tracksuits with juicy on the butt, I'm like, no, we did away with this stuff. It didn't look good back then, and it still doesn't look good now. Like, Put your Uggs away. Please. Those things are so expensive and so impractical. The minute they get wet, you're gonna have to buy another pair. And sure enough, you see them on YouTube or TikTok complaining about how their vintage Uggs got wet and now they look like shit. And it's like, there's a reason why this stuff became unpopular in the 2010s. Is because it sucked ass. Like, I don't mean to sound bitter, but it's the truth. Velour tracksuits, wide-legged pants, hipsters. There's a reason why people stopped wearing that stuff. And it wasn't because we all just simultaneously decided to wear skinny jeans and look like the adult that your mom talks to in the grocery store. You know, I actually like that this EITO isn't like 100% pretty. I like the gap in his teeth. I really like the gap in his teeth, actually. I'm quite partial to the gap. So, if someone complains about it on Blue Sky or Tumblr or Twitter, I don't go on Twitter anymore, but on social media, they can get fucked. Super honestly. The world is a little bit on fire. Well, I mean, it's always a little bit on fire, but things have been particularly bad lately, simply because some people made the wrong decision. Okay, I'm starting to lose track of which layer I'm drawing on. That's not good. So, just make sure when I do his hair that I stay on layer 3. Layer 2 and do some erasing. Just get rid of some all that. I'd love to do a fundraiser, but I can't because I don't have enough followers. Or subscribers, I guess. But either way, YouTube doesn't let you do that stuff unless you're popular. I guess because if they're going to advertise a fundraiser, they want to make sure that there's going to be some money coming out of it. So really all I can do on my end is encourage you guys to make things. Alright, cool. Ugh. My hand's a bit sore, so give me a minute. Oh, my fingers. That's my biggest issue when it comes to drawing, is I tend to death grip things really, really hard. That's basically his face done. So let's concentrate on everything else. All right. Okay, that's one side done. Now for the other. Alright, let's get rid of some of these scribbles here. All right. Ugh. Okay, the zipper's fine. I don't plan on changing it. Alright, cool. Whew. My hand is getting very stressed out. Alright. Just read an article where GQ managed to scare the absolute shit out of the entire gaming community by naming their article The Life and Death of Hideo Kojima. The article is Hideo Kojima talking about death and, you know, possible imminent mortality as he is getting older. Because isn't he almost 70? Like, the man's not young. Alright. I think that will do it with most of the jacket. I do want to take care of this up here. Alright. Just color this in. Okay, I have a trick that I want to do with the mirror, but we'll get to that when we lock transparent pixels. But I do want to make the mirror thick, so it'll stand out against EITO's jacket. Alright, there we go. Let's get rid of Takumi for a little bit and color in these cracks. I remember hearing this in the Colgera's battle theme and almost tearing up. See, nostalgia is fine as long as it's in, like, small doses. Not like Disney, where it's like, remember? 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 What is that line from? Okay, it's on layer 7. It's just that line. Okay, weird. Alright. Alright. I think we have an EITO and a Takumi. Let's do Takumi's face. Although I want Takumi's face to be messy, so... Let me make my brush size a little smaller so I'm not killing these things here. You know, it'd probably help if I made Takumi a little bit lighter. Accidentally drew this on 5. I can fix that. Alright, I think that'll work. So far, we have a very, very deranged looking EITO, and I actually think this face is really good. I like the gap in his teeth, I like the glasses. I'm just kind of digging this overall. I'll probably... Maybe I'll render it tomorrow, maybe I'll render it tonight, I don't know. All I know is that right now my hand kind of hurts, and I probably should rest it before I go cook dinner. So, thank you all for watching. I know you guys like to come by while I'm drawing, and that's very nice of you. I will try to do so tomorrow, no promises, but so far things are looking good. Either way, it was lovely to see you. Stay weird, lovely, and happy eating.